Alrighty, so can you start by saying your name and then spelling your name for me? And you're going to look at me over here.
Okay.
Well, is it okay? Okay, cool.
Hi, my name is Stephen Wilkerson. Common spelling S-T-E-V-E-N. Last name Wilkerson, W-I-L-K-E-R-S-O-N.
Okay, so can you kind of just give me a little bit about the background of what happened last night?
Well, yesterday was the end of the recall campaign in which we attempted to recall City Marshal Brian Pope. It concluded yesterday, approximately 5:30ish or so last night, after hours from the Marshal's office. Two deputies arrived at my house saying that they had a warrant for my arrest for checks that I allegedly wrote in 1997. I haven't seen these checks, and if it's quite possible that I did write a check that I'm unaware of, but it has never, until last night, been brought to my attention.
And so you were saying a little bit about your background. You've had national background clearances. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Sure. I have a national security clearance. I've worked for the Army for several years. I've also been in law enforcement for approximately 15 years. I've applied to no less than 5 different agencies here in the state of Louisiana, all of which who did a criminal background check on me for pre-employment purposes, and all returned 0 warrants. Nothing was in the system.
So can you kind of just take me through last night? They come to your house, and what happens from there?
Well, they came to the house, they knocked on my door, wanted to know who I was. I said that I was who I am, and asked what it was about. Once it was the marshals properly identified myself, I cooperated with them and left immediately, went with them, and they put me into LPCC.
And you were told that, what was the actual charge? You had a warrant for your arrest for how many checks, totaling how much?
Allegedly, there are 4 worthless checks, all totaling less than $200 that were written in 1997. Of course, if I am in the wrong, this has just been brought to my attention, I'm more than happy to make any appropriate restitution.
Okay, so kind of tell me a little bit about what your thoughts are regarding why this took place yesterday.
Well, I can only speculate as to why it happened yesterday. I do know that the campaign ended yesterday. Perhaps the Marshal's office felt a little bolder and that this campaign had ended. Also, it's been brought to my attention that yesterday was Brian Pope's birthday, so perhaps this was a birthday gift to Marshal Pope.
So tell me, what are your plans moving forward now? This has happened. You said you bonded yourself out immediately.
Absolutely.
What are the plans moving forward?
Well, I have court date January 25th. Please show up and participate. I'd love to have you guys there. As far as the recall campaign goes, we're transitioning. We're now calling ourselves the Holding Brian Pope Accountable page there on Facebook, and we're going to continue to fight and continue to make sure that Brian Pope receives the justice that he deserves.
And tell me a little bit about what your thought was behind organizing this whole campaign.
Well, it's simply just a matter of doing the right thing. My history in law enforcement, my history in the military, I have a history of public service. I have a history of standing up and trying to do the right thing and trying to serve my fellow man. This is no different.
Okay, and so this all happens the day that the recall ends.
Yes.
None of the recall is over. The people that you were working with, what are you guys' plans as far as, are we gonna try this again, or what happens next?
I don't think that we can initiate another recall campaign, but again, like I said, we're going to continue to hold him accountable. We're going to continue to expose the wrongdoings that he's done, and we're going to continue to try to elevate Lafayette to the city it's supposed to be.
Okay, and is there anything else that you would like to share with us? Anything that I've missed in asking?
Only that I'm disappointed in Marshal Pope's behavior, although I'm not at all surprised. It seems to be in line with the kind of underdealings and shady behavior that he's known for.
Good. Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.